right, so as I mentioned in my earlier videos, this is my first time in Pattaya, so I thought the best thing to do would be consult a professional. So we've got Trevor here from Buzzin Pattaya. We're going to go for a walk down Walking Street, just sort of, yeah, take a trip down memory lane. If you can tell me some stories and share your experiences.
I can tell you certain stories. I'm not sure how far you want to go with those stories, but yeah, we can do that.
We don't have to put them all on the video.
No, absolutely. Is that your first time here?
First time here, yeah. It's really interesting to see it like this, you know. Because one thing I can't get my head around is how many people must have been here to facilitate all these bars.
I mean, back in the day when it was obviously at its peak, I mean, you're talking, you have about anything between 5,000 to 8,000 girls would be here, plus all the service staff, plus all the security.
Yeah.
So you know, it was a huge amount of people here. I mean, obviously, you picked probably the worst time in your life to ever come here because it's empty. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but I had to see it like this, you know.
Yeah. Do you know it's good because people are saying, "Oh, Walking Street's done, it's gone." It's not. It's absolutely not. What they're going to do, in my opinion, I mean, you can see now. You know, they've cleaned up all the cables, all the overhead cables.
Yep.
But they've cleaned it up so well, and it really does look nice. What they're saying is that all these go-go bars we're walking past are going to disappear. Well, they're not going to disappear entirely. They're just going to move over to LK, Tree Town, Soi Buakhao area. Some will stay here because some of them are very, very popular. Some will go, of course they will. But you know, Walking Street will be Walking Street.
Yeah, I was in Soi Buakhao last night.
Okay.
And I was really surprised at how busy it was.
Yeah.
And you know, the restrictions with pubs or bars not being allowed open.
Yeah.
But some of them were very obviously open.
Yeah. I saw one of your videos actually. You were in, I think it was Soi 13-2. I think you walked down. You went, well, they're definitely drinking. I know
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a hit and miss situation. Some will, some won't.
Yeah, I saw some people being discreet. You know, they're drinking out of coffee cups or whatever. But then I went to other ones, like along Soi Buakhao, and there's guys sitting out there drinking out of a bottle of beer.
Yeah. On
the street. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not discreet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a crazy situation. I guess it's a case of who you know.
Yeah, I figured that would be the case. So, do you think, a lot of these bars, are they still owned by people, or have people given up on them?
Well, I mean, we're going past Simon's beer company. He's got 3 complexes. There is a lot of talk about these particular ones. I don't know if you want to look at this, but
yeah.
But back in the day, when you used to go into here. Quite simply, as you can see there's loads of beer complexes and all the girls would sit around and it was just an experience because what people would do is they would go down to the far end.
Yeah.
And when they would get to the far end down there, all the girls here would be screaming and shouting and yelling at the top of their voice. It was really quite intimidating, you know, for people that had never been here before.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, let's just go and have a beer. And it's like, you know, whoa, what's going on? It really was that. But, you know, there's a lot of talk. Now, these are the places that if they're going to change anything in Walking Street, these are the ones that will go.
Right.
Because it's too public. You know, you go to places like Skyfall, which we're in past down here, and now Skyfall's amazing. You know, it's probably one of the most respected go-go bars here. It's huge, you know, it goes back as long as this. Okay. But it's behind closed doors. So it serves the purpose. But here, these are all open bars. So I think these are the ones that are going to be under pressure, but there's 3 of these. We're going to see the others that go up. Exactly this format. Right. And, you know, you imagine now, if you knocked all this down, that's a prime piece of land here. Looking
absolutely. See straight through to the water there.
Yeah. So. But yeah, it's a shame that you're not here when this was open because it was just mental. It was mental. Like you'd have between 10 to 20 girls per unit. And you can see there's 15 units in there, so it's, you know, between 150 and 300 girls will be screaming at you.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, Miami's been gone for a long time. The nightclub there, that never really got going. It tried its best, but unfortunately, you know, we got Insomnia, Candy Shop 808. We got some big guns up here, which we're going to go and see in a second. So you know, they struggled really. Shame because Kieran, one of the owners, lovely guy, but they just were battling an uphill battle.
Right.
Ice bar, been in the ice bar?
Oh, okay, it's just one of those sub-zero.
Yeah, that's it, yeah, crazy. So you go in there and it's minus whatever, come out and it's 28 degrees.
Oh, that'd be really nice going in.
Yeah, and up here, this is Soi 15. Now, I think. Do you want to go up? Yeah, can do, yeah.
I've just briefly walked down here, so I haven't seen a whole lot. It was just sort of on my first day. I actually came down here last night because after seeing how busy it was on Soi Buakhao, I thought, you never know, there might be somewhere open here.
So there's some famous places here. You got Sapphire, We've got Club Misties, which unfortunately is gone. We did have what used to be Baby Dolls. We'll talk about that when we go on there.
Cool.
But Sapphire here now, there's Sapphire is part of the Lady Love group now. They've kind of merged. Lady Love's over in LK Metro. But Sapphire was really high quality. It was the premium end of the nightlife here in terms of the quality of the girls, etc. And this was a really busy place, very busy. Next door, unfortunately, which is gone now, Club Misty's, Bazza, absolutely an incredible guy. If you ever get to meet him, he's a legend. Andy was the owner, but they've called it a day now. Andy's decided that enough's enough, which was a shame because Club Misty's here. I did the photography in there for years, and the girls are just great fun, brilliant shows, very interactive. But unfortunately, as you can see now, it's no more. And of course, at the end here, we've got Beavers, which used to be Baby Dolls. And, Larry was one of the managers there. Paul was one of the managers there. Great guys, really good guys. But unfortunately, it went, and Baby Dolls was a very kind of it was that kind. I won't say it because I don't want to get tagged on YouTube. But it was very much a very interactive atmosphere. But this is this place here. So this is now called Beavers, but this used to be Baby Dolls. And you go through that door there. On the left hand side's a stage where they dance, but then over that side there was a play mat. Let's call it a play mat. Basically, the customers all sit around it. And there'll be like 4 or 5 girls in there, and they'd entertain everybody in every which way you can imagine. So this is this part. Dollhouse, another very popular place. Dollhouse, another very popular place. And this white building here is called What's Up. In there it was a fantastic decor. What they did was it was pure white everywhere. It was like crystal, pristine white. So of course, when you walked in, it was like ding, but it was fantastic, very good quality. Girls were great fun, and it was very popular. What's Up?
That's cool. It must be so weird for you to walk these streets, how they are now.
When I come down here in the evening, that's when it hits hard. During this time now, obviously normal days, this would be like this. That's right. You'd have the beer trucks coming in, refilling all the bars, and the Mama Sand that would be doing her stuff from the night before. So it wasn't too bad. But when you come down at night time, and you see the place is completely empty, like it is now, just at night.
And it's pitch black.
Oh, it's horrific. And it's funny actually. I was going to do a talk soon because I've been asked quite a lot about where are all the girls, and I'm going to cover it in one of my YouTubes. And it's quite weird because you walk around, you're like, where are all the girls?
Yeah.
Where have they gone?
Well, there's still more than I would have expected. To see out in the streets at night and stuff like that.
We've had a bit of a situation going on here. There's a lot of thing about live streaming. There's a lot of live streaming.
Oh yeah, so I have people got arrested for this just recently. Right?
Yeah. So what happened was that it's really weird because the girls live in the same block. So a lot of these bars have got rooms above, and the girls stay there. So they're staying in a room, 4 in the room, 5 in the room, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So what the police have said is, well, you can't stand up and dance to a camera, 4 or 5 in a room, because that's social distancing. But they can sleep in the same room.
That's weird.
Yeah, and the problem with that is, of course, it's basically just completely taken away the last piece of the jigsaw that they were holding on to try and bring some money.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a candy shop there. Candy shop's fantastic. If you like live music, they got one of the best bands in the whole of this area in there, and they play all up-to-date dance music and funk music, but live.
Yeah, awesome.
And upstairs is 808. That's a really good place, really good club. And these are the kind of clubs that made it difficult for Miami to succeed, because these are established.
They're already doing really well.
Yeah,
all the time.
They were just taking it, and of course you got Insomnia further up here.
Yeah, I've actually, like a few of these places that you're saying, I've actually heard of them before.
Okay.
They're obviously like famous places here, so.
Yeah, it's, in comparison, I've been up to Bangkok a fair few times, so when you compare Walking Street to Bangkok, it's really like an elongated sort of cowboy, really.
Yeah.
Nana Plaza doesn't really do it. It's just too compact.
Just a little thing, yeah. Well, I mean, I went to my first ever overseas trip was to Thailand with mates, and we went to Phuket. So we went Bangkok, Phuket, and Koh Samui.
Nice.
And yeah, Phuket was just like a whirlwind. You get there and it's like, whoa. Yeah. But it's so much smaller than here.
Yeah. Lucifer's probably one of the best nightclubs that we've got here. The owner, a guy called Q, lovely guy, really, really nice guy. And that's freelance haven, right? Of a night time. The thing with the structure here is that in the afternoon it's the beer bars.
Yeah.
Then late afternoon, early evening, it becomes like a rest time. Then sort of between 8 o'clock onwards,
takes off.
It's all of these, and then 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, when the bars are closing, the go-go bars, everyone heads to these nightclubs. And of course you've got the Insomnia's further up. But
and then would you have day clubs and stuff as well?
Well, we don't. Well, we do have day clubs. They're more called gentlemen's clubs.
Right.
It's a posh way of just saying it's an afternoon.
Yeah.
But they're normally tucked out of the way. Although there are some really, really good ones here now. You've got Maggie Mays and Club Fate. They're very, very popular. The Cave in LK Metro is another good one. You've got the Camel Toe, which is a little bit further out of town. But these are, they're great places to go to if you want to spend a few hours in the afternoon chilling in a air-conditioned building. The girls are friendly, they'll keep you occupied. So yeah, you have got the afternoon stuff. But this is another one that you'll see, the Simon Beer complexes. And above here you got Marine, which is these hoops that you can see here.
Right.
Marine disco is just famous. Everyone knows Marine. Marine's been here a long time. And you go up and across the stairs there and in, and it's a huge club, massive club. And down here, we used to have the flag chasers. Yeah, we have the flag chasers come here.
Right.
So all the flag chasers are following their flag, and then the tour guide leads them in. They all sit down, and then they get two guys stage and Muay Thai boxing, which is about as original as you believe. It's, I'll hit you and then you hit me. Oh, can I hit you back? Can you hit me? It was like, but they watch that. But we get. I mean, in its day, we get thousands of flag chasers,
right?
Literally. But you've got Insomnia further up here, big club. You've got the famous Hot Tuna Bar, the live band up there. If you want to walk up there, So yeah,
I walk like all day, every day, so I'm fine.
No worries. I like cycling. I do a lot of cycling.
Ah, okay. Can't be hot here cycling.
Well, I go at 6 in the morning, and I do about 50-60k.
Right. So do you get used to the heat here being 10 years?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me now.
Okay. Because I see people wearing like hoodies and track pants and stuff like that, and I'm like, why the fuck would you?
When I go out with my missus, like, she's dressed like an Eskimo. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't want the sun on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really? But
yeah. I don't think I'll wear a jumper the entire time I'm here.
No. And like some of these bars here, these are what we traditionally like the ladyboy bars. And
yeah, I was going to ask, is there like a ladyboy sort of section through here?
Not necessarily a section. What happens is a lot of the ladyboys will stand in the street. Right. Because they're very forward. They don't like to sit. I mean, we do have the bars. I mean, like if you go to where Le Pub is, which is a sort we just walked past there. There's Toys R Us there, which is a ladyboy bar. But they normally stand in the street because they're very grabby. Come here. Okay, let go. It's not me. Yeah. So they like to get in an area where they can attack you as such, and grab you and come on. And you're like, no. So here is Insomnia and Ibar. Ibar's downstairs, Insomnia's upstairs, the nightclub. Yeah. And that's rammed. Back in the day, that's rammed. And if you like your live music,
sit in here a bit.
Sody cup. If you like your live music, opposite here, the Hot Tuna. It's a rock band, really, really good. And again, it gets very, very busy, and it's not like a pickup joint or anything like that. It's literally you sit around tables and you just watch the bands. And
yeah, cool.
People tend to get a bit confused about this city because those that have never been here, they just associate it with what they read in the papers and what they see in the media. And I understand that because it's easy to get, misled. And they say, Pattaya is just girls.
It definitely has a reputation for being sleazy.
Yeah, for sure. And it's such a shame because, believe it or not, Pattaya has more tourist attractions here than any other city in the country.
Yeah.
In the whole of Thailand, we've got more.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I mean, I did a quick Google. I was curious how many people sort of came here every year.
Yeah.
And it said like 4 million people come here a year.
Yeah. Well, there's 27 tourist attractions within 60 kilometres of the city centre.
Gosh.
You know, and people say, oh, it's a sleazy hole, but what it is that we're very open and public about what goes on here.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you go to Amsterdam, you got all the red light district there, but they don't shout about it. You know, so you associate Amsterdam as being Amsterdam. You don't associate it like Damrak Street and all those big streets there where all the red light were. So,
well, it is beautiful here, and you know, being that there's no one here at the moment, like it's a great place to come and unwind.
Awesome.
You know, like yesterday I was back and forth between the beach and the pool all day, basically.
Nice. Have you been over to Koh Larn?
No, not yet.
Oh, you should go. You should go.
Yeah.
Now is 100% the best time to go because there's no flag chasers there. So it's fantastic. You know, it's quiet, it's lovely. And you can see here they're doing a lot of work. They're basically what they're trying to do is put all the cabling underground. And you can see down here like this is the drainage as well. So that's why we get so many floods. And I mean, he's welding arc welding down there in the water.
In the water, yeah.
That never ceases to amaze me.
Most likely with no shoes on.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I look at some of the things they do and I think, really, are you doing that?
Yeah, I was walking in Bangkok and I went to Soy Cowboy, and they're doing similar by the looks of it.
Yeah.
But the guy's like, he's waist deep in water and just like shoving these electrical cables into the water, and I was like,
it's mad, isn't it? I mean, when we used to have the big storms down there, it was quite funny because you see that box up there on the wall.
yep.
That explode, and it was quite funny because if we got really, really bad rain, like heavy rain, not all the time, but certainly once every 2 or 3 weeks, one of those boxes would pop. And all the girls that used to just like scatter like, you know.
Well, yeah, especially if it's raining in the ground.
They'd be running everywhere, scared out of their life. So
I just noticed like there's a shop there open, the Miniso.
yeah, I mean, there's a few more shops coming, and I think this is what they're going to look to do. I think they're going to take away the smaller go-go bars, the entertainment clubs. I think they're going to take some of them away, and I think you will find like more boutique shops because, you know, predominantly Walking Street is more famous for the Chinese tourists.
Right.
You know, we call them the flag chasers because they follow the flag, and that's my group. And you know, if they don't go in, this is the strange thing about it. The tourists that come here following the flags, they don't go into these bars. They just don't go into them.
Yeah.
So,
But they want to come see it and be
but
here
they
and
want
do
to
the
see
shopping
it, yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
So, but they will spend money buying souvenirs and clothes and presents and stuff. So, for me, if you're going to do anything in Walking Street and you are going to remove the entertainment, put high quality shops in here because I think they will do well, and nice coffee shops and restaurants, and particularly put them on the beach side, on the sea, because I think it'll work.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I imagine there'll be like a real transformation here.
I think so.
And especially like, you know, I imagine the tourism's going to be slow to trickle in.
Oh.
So it's not like everywhere can just fire back up and pick up where they left off.
We're not making it very easy to get here. Let's leave it at that. But,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Phuket sandbox.
yeah, I can't wait. You know, I've been talking to a couple of people down there, but both of them have said exactly the same. What tourists?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I saw a live stream from someone walking through there, and it just looked like this.
Yeah.
You know? It didn't look
and,
like.
yeah, we're all sort of like, we're building it up. We're gonna have all these people coming, and both the people I spoke to said, well, there isn't anyone coming. Now the Windy Inn, this place here on the left-hand side. If any of your followers on your channel are coming over and looking for a really, really nice place, these are all one room. So you see that huge big balcony up there.
Yeah.
So that.
Okay.
So they're one room, and they've got a big double bed, air conditioned, huge big sliding doors for the balcony. You can sit out there. They really, really are nice. And they also have this across the road here. This is their cafe stroke restaurant stroke swimming pool. And they also have a beachfront out there. I've stayed here. When I first came here about 15 years ago, that's where I stayed. Yeah,
Great
very,
spot.
very top left-hand corner. It's my memorabilia.
Be a nice view from there too.
But you can see in there, like they got a swimming pool. Got a swimming pool, and the food's decent. So it's a good go-to place.
So what's the craziest thing you've seen here?
God, yeah.
Or one of
Craziest thing in respect to
anything, just any memorable stories, anything that stands out.
Oh man, that's a great question. The trouble is, what is crazy becomes normal.
Yeah.
And that really is the case. It's like, well, yeah, that's just the norm. I mean, I suppose, I guess, I don't know, do you remember the incident down Soy 6 with the guy that got a bit carried away with a girl in public and caused a national outcry?
No, I don't know this story.
Yeah, we had a guy, he was adventurous, far too adventurous, on a bar in the front of the bar that he was in.
Right.
And they were getting very adventurous. And someone recorded it, videoed it, and posted it off to the social media, and it just went berserk. And he got a huge fine for it. The bar got a huge fine for it. The girl got a huge fine for it. Because, I mean, I won't say exactly what they were doing, but use your imagination.
Use your imagination. Yeah.
So we had that. I think really, like, one of the hardest things to get used to living here is the driving. The driving is just crazy.
Yeah.
And they have no thought about anybody else on the road other than themselves. So you're going down this road and it's one way, they will come the other way at you and expect you to move out the way. So that even to this day, that takes a lot of getting used to.
I feel like I've nearly died a lot of times since being here. Especially in the one-way streets, you look, you're like, okay, there's no one coming, and someone will come the other way, or you've got a green light to cross the road. Doesn't necessarily mean that the cars are not going to hit you.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's mad. And people say to me about, I'm going to hire a motorbike. I'm like, no, please don't, please, because quite rightly, where we're from, we're expecting that you observe the laws of the road and you drive in accordance with those laws.
Yeah.
Not out here, they don't care.
No, that's right.
They have no worries whatsoever.
And then, what was the crime and violence and stuff like that here? Was there issues with that?
Do you know, it's a really good question, because I'll tell you why. If you was to say to me 17 months ago, before this started, that they were going to decimate the country, lock it all down, that people were going to be homeless, starving, without an income, I would have said, you know what our problem's going to be is the amount of violence, the amount of robberies, to feed themselves.
Desperation,
It would have been crazy. And yet, ironically, hardly anything. Awesome. And beforehand, before this all shut down, you would have opportunists. People come here, particularly if they're a single guy and they're just, what's this bike here? Particularly if they're a single guy and they come here for some fun. They might have had a few too many and they're not really compos mentis. Then if they stroll down like some of the side alleyways or the beach or anything like that, they are subject to potentially, maybe getting mugged or whatever. But no more so than any other country.
Yeah, no. Absolutely.
I'm sure if I walked around Manhattan with a load of bling on and I was drunk, I don't think I'd probably get very far before they relieve me.
Yeah, that's right.
So no, unbelievably, I give the Thai people credit where it's due. They've absorbed all of that's been thrown at them. And unbelievably, the crime rates now, no, not at all.
Yeah. And then what about like tourists visiting here and stuff like that? Would they cause much trouble? You've seen those like YouTube videos of like trouble in Thailand and
listen, it's
people being idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, but that happens everywhere in the world as well.
The thing is if you and I were sat down having a cup of coffee, just chatting quietly, would anybody want to video us?
Yeah, no, exactly.
But if we're stood in the middle of the street and we're going at each other, people want to video that because they want to show everyone, oh yeah, look at these two guys. So, in terms of people being stupid, yeah, of course it happens, of course. What are you 16-point U-turn, yeah? Nice car though, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we don't have what I would consider to be huge problems. I think we just have a lot of people that come here, and you mentioned earlier about the temperature. So they come here,
drinking in the sun all
day. They get dehydrated, and it does take its toll. And then once that's taken effect, you're then in a different world, and you make silly mistakes. But the ladyboys soon put them right, don't worry.
Yeah, well,
they're the security here.
I've seen in Phuket when I was there my first time, I saw a really, really big brawl. But it seemed all the Thai people were just really interested in breaking it up, getting everyone under control. But I mean, like, places like that, like the police are everywhere, and I'm sure here there's police and there's tourist police everywhere.
Well, when it's normal back in the day, then right at the beginning where we met, they would have a 4 or 5 6-foot tables, and all the police sit there, and then they'd have another one just a little bit further up here near Pin-Up, and they would sit there. So the police were fairly prominent.
And they had a presence, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you knew that they were there. But in general, you know, there's not really a lot of violence. And
That's great.
If it's two foreigners, they just let them get on with it. Really, it's different if they're interacting with a Thai person when then they get stopped.
Yes. Yeah. I can imagine.
But it's a lovely day. You picked a good time to come down.
It's been amazing, you know.
So how's Bangkok?
Look, it was really good. Like, I didn't feel like a whole lot of change, you know, and you could still go into a bar and have a drink discreetly.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of places, you know, like rooftop bars and stuff that were just sort of as normal.
Yeah.
So you could still go out and enjoy everything, but then from last Monday, when they brought in all those restrictions, I just had like this snap decision to come down here because the night before I struggled to get dinner.
Wow.
You know, I was out everywhere as takeaway only. I was sort of like going places, and a lot of places had closed early. It was sort of 8 o'clock, and I was just like walking around trying to find something to eat. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get out of here. And I haven't regretted my decision. Like, the weather's incredible here.
Yeah, you picked a good time. Well, you need to go over to Koh Larn. Go to Koh Larn. It's only across the road there. It's 20 minutes on the boat, and it's just empty. So it's beautiful. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Go to Koh Larn.
I would like to go on a boat. All those boats that are out there in the water, are they normally like tour boats and stuff like that?
They normally go to the pier, and what happens is when you go up to the pier, basically they'll offer you can rent the boat itself. So if there's a group of however many of you, 6 or 8 of you, you can rent the boat for about 3,000 baht, and they'll take you to Koh Larn, and then they'll pick you back up and bring you back in a speedboat.
Okay, cool.
They also do boats where you can book a ticket, so you'll pay 300 baht. So maybe it's just us two want to go to Koh Larn. We don't particularly want to go on the ferry, so we're going to look for the speedboat. It's 300 baht a ticket. Okay. When they got 10 people in there or 12 people, they'll take you across and they bring you back again. And we've got the ferry boat itself, and the ferry boat is 30 baht, I think, or 40 baht, 30 or 40 baht. It's all right. I mean, it's a slow boat to the island, so unless you're in a rush to get there. But yeah, the speedboats are okay, but you've got to make sure you haggle with them, especially if you're going to group booking, because they will try and put the price up. But you can get a ticket 300 baht.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the nice things about here at the moment is, like, you know, there's no one coming and hassling you, no one trying to, you know, get money from you, or you don't feel like anyone's trying to rip you off at the moment.
Yeah. You want ping pong shows, sir? Ping pong, come and look ping pong. No, but I mean, look at it. You know, it's just empty with the only 2 people walking around.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So how long are you down here for?
I don't really have a plan. I just sort of came down and just sort of take it as it comes.
Nice.
There's not a whole lot happening in Bangkok, so man, I'm happy. You know, like I had a day yesterday. I literally did nothing, just like on the beach all day. And,
lovely, nice.
You know, I think I spent like $4 all day. Sort of there, you know. I was like, I can get used to this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, up this side here is La Pub, which is Phil. He's been here. I think Phil's been here 17 years, 18 years in La Pub. Lovely guy.
Yeah.
Sadly, he just had a heart attack, but he's okay. But he suffered a heart attack. And you've got Toys R Us, which is the ladyboy one there, and also you've got the Windmill. You ever heard of the Windmill?
No.
Oh. So we've got a few things in here. This is the old carousel bar, famous carousel bar. Now these are 2 bars, and they go round in circles. So you'll be sitting on that one, I'm sitting on this one.
Yeah.
And I'm going that way, and you're going that way. So we're talking, and eventually we'll come back and talk, and then we go.
Right.
And it's just here.
So it's like a sushi train sort of.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's no more. They've decided to pull the plug, which is a real shame. It's just here. But yeah, the famous carousel bar, and it was really mad because when you sit on it for so long and you've had a few beers, you get off and you're like, whoa, where am I? You know, but it's these 2 round bars here, and then you can see.
Okay. Yeah.
You see on the ground there?
Yeah. So the whole thing just spins around.
It all turns completely. So this one would go that way, and that one would go that way. So if I'm sitting on here and you're sitting on there, our paths cross, and then we'll come back again and our paths cross. And it's really weird, like proper weird. But unfortunately, it's no more. Yes, a Go-Go was one of the really, really good, but you can see that that's gone. And above that used to be Heaven Above. Heaven Above was a really famous Go-Go bar. Greg, the owner, been here many, many years. They're now over in LK, not LK Metro, sort of Cow in Bangkok, which is like sorry, not Bangkok, sorry, Boomerang, which is a little shape of a boomerang. There's loads and loads of places there. But just up here is the infamous Windmill. Probably, well, it isn't probably, it is the most hands-on place here. There is no one that gets even close to it. And when you come down here, you get lots of strange people walking around, like real weird people, and you have to be very careful, because if you come up here, there's a guy up here called Phil, Mr. Egg, and he's a really weird person. Like, so as you can see there,
There's a man touching himself right here.
This is the man. This is Mr. Egg. This is Phil.
Hello. Adam.
Hello, Adam.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, okay, thanks. Just getting some water.
Yeah.
I've got a restaurant, but I've got no chef and no staff have turned up today. So.
Oh, great. So you're in there cooking, are you?
I am, yeah.
Fair play. You're up to tonight, 5:30?
Yeah, 5:30. Looking forward to that. Do you have got a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
So you need to come down from Bangkok.
Oh, nice one, man.
Yeah. So this was.
I'm vaccinated, so I'm all right.
I'm only kidding.
But yeah, this was Phil's got the puppet I was going to show you in a minute.
Okay, well, I'll be up there in 2 minutes.
All right, buddy.
You want to go peel some potatoes? Carry on.
I got head like a potato on a pill one.
I'll see you in 2 minutes, guys.
Oh, Susan. So you worked in a lot of these places, right?
Yeah, I do a lot of photography.
Yeah.
So I know pretty much everyone. But this is the Windmill. So the Windmill is like just. How do I explain it? It's just full on debauchery. I mean, it's just. It is what it is. You know, the girls. There's there's 3 play mats, a shower cubicle, a jacuzzi, and various other things that you might want to entertain yourself with, or she'll entertain you, and that's all in there. Buddy cup. That's all in there. So that is the famous Windmill that everyone knows about. And just up here on the left is Phil's place called La Pub, and he's got a restaurant license, so he can open, whereas obviously the bars can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, great guy. Been here years. He's definitely someone you should have a chat with. He's been all around.
He's got some stories as well.
Oh, yeah. This is his place here, La Pub.
Cool.
And he's joining me on a live stream tonight.
Oh, awesome. Are you doing it from here?
No, I do it from my location. But
okay.
he's got his setup. So basically, he connects to my live stream there. But yeah, this is La Pub. And really, really good guy. Really, really nice guy. He's been a long time. As I say, he suffered a heart attack. So that's this story. And I think we're pretty much covered Walking Street, to be honest.
Cool. Well, I might wrap the video up here.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the tour. It's been great.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for inviting me to join. It's been a pleasure.
That's been awesome. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.